What's up, guys? Cost of living, Playa del Carmen 2026. What does it really cost to live here? Well, I'm going to break it down for you today. I'm going to give you my exact monthly budget, but I actually have two different budgets that I can switch between as I wish. And so I'm going to break down each budget for you, what exact lifestyle I get on each budget. And at the end of the video, I'm going to give you the exact cost in US dollars for both budgets. All right, guys, let's dig in. So guys, as mentioned, every single month I have two budgets I can switch between at my discretion. One I call the living large budget, and one I call the living lean budget. Now, rest assured, they're both a lot cheaper than it is to live in the US. Realistically, my budget right now, if I lived in the US, would be well over $4,000. If we're talking mortgage, rent, and a basic lifestyle, it's a very expensive place to live. Now, Playa del Carmen, I'm going to break down my living large budget first. Both budgets have one thing in common, and that's rent. I pay just about 1,000 US dollars per month for rent, but that gets me a gorgeous one-bedroom apartment in the heart of Playa del Carmen in Sausalito, gorgeous neighborhood, and that includes all of my utilities, my Wi-Fi, my electricity, and a weekly cleaning. She even changes my bedding and my sheets for me. So guys, that takes care of the big one right there, rent. 1,000 US dollars, give or take, depending on the exchange rate, but 18,000 pesos, so just about $1,000. But this is where it gets really interesting. So the living large budget, I get to eat out a ton. I have a high-end gym membership. I take a trip every single month. I eat at fancy steakhouses, so on and so forth. My lifestyle is very, very rich on this budget. The cost is going to shock you with all that I get. So let's break it down. I go to the nicest gym in town. I go to Evolve on 5th Avenue. That costs me right at about 85 US dollars a month. So just like that, we're close to $1,100. I also take a very nice trip every single month when I'm on the living large budget. We're talking Valladolid, Bacalar, Cozumel, wherever it may be, Isla Mujeres, and I usually budget $400 to $700 US for these trips. So instantly that puts us at $1,500 to $1,800 US dollars. But these are nice trips. I'm talking 3 nights right on the lagoon in Bacalar. Lodging might be $400, food and drink maybe $250, transport maybe $50. So $700 trip ish. And I do that every single month on the living large budget. So you can see I'm doing pretty well on this budget, but I also eat out almost every single meal. I go to places like Ipanema Steakhouse. I go to Costalao Prime. I go have top-notch seafood at El Gober. So eating out, the dining out budget is close to $500, even $600, if not more. I know that seems like a lot. We could go as high as $800. So just like that, we're close to $2,300 on the living large budget. But guys, I also have another thing that I can kind of toggle back and forth, and that's my phone plan. I can do an international unlimited plan for 100 US dollars. I could go fly to Colombia, have unlimited data there, Morocco, so on and so forth. But I'm going to show you kind of how I save on that on the living lean side of things as well. So the living large budget is a very, very rich lifestyle. I can also do a lot more dating. So not just dining out for myself, but I can invite friends. I can do more dating. I can go enjoy nightlife as well. I don't really drink alcohol anymore, but it's still fun to go out. I like to go to Roots. They have live music. So I kind of get some nightlife in that budget as well. So guys, that's the living large budget. I feel like I broke that down pretty well, pretty quickly. But what about the living lean budget? Am I really sacrificing a lot to live on a lot less here in Playa? Let me break it down for you. So guys, we're only about 5 minutes into this video, and I feel like I've already brought a lot of value. So just smash the like button for me, subscribe if you haven't already. It means the world to me. Let's dig into the living lean budget. So guys, the first thing I cut out when I'm living lean and I want more money to save and invest, I cut out the gym membership. So instantly I'm saving $85 a month. But what do I do instead? I go to the Deportivo. There's a free basically stadium here with everything from free weights, calisthenic area. There's a track, so I go work out there instead, or I go play more beach volleyball. And I actually end up more tan. My cardio game's on point when I'm living lean. So we're off to a good start here. Then I do a lot more dining in. I go to La Chuleta, which is a butcher shop that I love. I'll put up on Google Maps where that is. And then I buy ribeye steak that's in the freezer. Fantastic. And I spend about $200 a month on ribeye. And then I go right down the street to Dak, and I'll put that up on Google Maps right there. And I buy potatoes, corn on the cob, fruits, veggies. And fruits and veggies here are incredibly cheap and high quality. So on the diet side of things, I do way less eating out on the living lean budget, but I actually tend to feel healthier because I'm cooking at home. I'm using olive oil. I'm using coconut oil. And I'm not subject to poor food handling practices. I know that I wash my hands. I'm not so sure that these guys at the taco stands are washing their hands. So living lean, starting to shape up to be a pretty good lifestyle. Now, what else, guys? I still pay the $1,000 rent, and that includes all my utilities. But I don't take the fancy trip. I cut the trip out. No Valladolid, no Bacalar, no Isla Mujeres. And that's okay, because what I do instead, I get on my bicycle and I ride to Cenote Los Buos, or I go for a nice long walk, or I do something like go treat myself to some other kind of adventure, guys. And one thing I forgot to mention on the living large budget, I am at the Reef 28 Spa. I get that membership as well, which adds another $100 or so per month. And if I really want to live lean, I can cut out the spa as well, and instead I can just go for a morning walk with the morning sun and get some similar benefits from the UV. So the living lean budget is actually a very, very healthy lifestyle. And then the cell phone thing, I could pause the international plan, and I have 2 SIM cards in my phone actually. One is internal and the other one is a Telcel SIM card. I can go charge up the Telcel SIM card for the whole month for 500 pesos, or just over $25. So there's another $75 savings. Okay, guys, without further ado, I'm going to give you the actual numbers in US dollars for both budgets. And let's see how these stack up compared to the cost of living in the US, and how the living lean budget compares to the living large budget. So, my friends, drum roll, the living large budget, I'm generally right at 3,000 US dollars. So I generally spend right up to that 3,000, whether it's spending that last little bit on a trip, or one last fancy meal to finish out the month, or something like that. I generally spend right at 3,000, not more, not less. And so that's my living large budget, guys. I'm living like a king on 3,000 US dollars. But am I really struggling on the living lean budget? I broke it down for you. My lifestyle is pretty much equally healthy and happy. I'm just doing things a little bit different. And so the living lean budget, guys, believe it or not, with the same beautiful apartment, the same setup, guys, I'm spending just over 1,500 US dollars on the living lean budget. So my phone bill goes down to 25, my rent's 1,000, I work out for free, my food budget's around 250 to 300 US dollars, and the rest is just spent on transport. Maybe I buy myself a shirt, something like that, maybe some fresh underwear. A guy's got to live a little bit. Laundry, of course, things like that add up, but laundry is very cheap here. I just drop it off at the lavanderia. It's usually around $5. So if I really want to skimp, I could wash a couple of my own clothing articles. But guys, there you have it. Living large, 3,000 US dollars. Living lean, but like a king, 1,505 US dollars. So usually I'm just slightly over that 1,500. It's hard to stay right at it, but there you have it, guys. You take your pick. And if you want to know exactly where I eat when I'm living large, check out this video right here. If you want to know my go-to spots while I'm living lean, check out this video right here. Thanks for stopping in for the video, guys. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I'll see you all in the next one. Rope Monster out.